Hey guys, my name is Heather Lindsey.
And my name is Cornelius Lindsey.
And I'm so excited that you landed on Life with the Lindseys.
This is so exciting. This gives us an opportunity to share our life with yours.
Yes, we're going to be talking about everything from entrepreneurship to ministry to your purpose to why you are here, family, parenting, relationships, marriage, sex, you name it. We are talking about it.
So thank you so much for joining us today with Life with the Lindseys. Enjoy it.
What up, y'all?
Y'all.
Here we go. Settle back in. It's another Friday. We in March. Can y'all believe? Can't believe we're gonna let March come back and do this like they did us last year. March shut us down.
But can we say happy birthday to our sweet boy who turns 8 today?
Oh, he does?
Yeah, it's his birthday. Oh my gosh, you forgot about Logan's birthday?
Absolutely. I would have never forgot about Logan's birthday. I never forgot about Logan's birthday.
Our sweet boy, he turns 8 today.
Come through, little
Isn't
boy.
he such a grown man?
He is.
So we took him to the park, y'all. And so Logan wears his mask religiously everywhere. And Taylor does too. They're really good about it. I think they're better than we are about it. They wear it outside. They wear it everywhere.
Yeah, I don't understand
And
why.
we took him to the park and we thought they were going to be so excited because they wanted to play at the park. We get there and Logan, he just won't play. And we're like, what's wrong? His arms are crossed. And that's not typically him. He likes the park. Right. And he said, this is not COVID friendly.
Yeah, I was like, because I was having a conversation with him. Like we were standing outside and he has his mask on. I'm like, dude, why do you have your mask on? He's like, I have it on. He's like, because, there are other kids around. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. I'm like, but you're outside.
Yeah.
God gave us lungs. Like, let's use those. But I don't know. I have my own theories about those masks and bacteria. Because we take them and we put them in our pocket, which our pocket is full of bacteria. We take it from out of our pocket. We put it in our hands that's full of bacteria. And we put it on top of our face and we just put bacteria on top of our face. And then, it's like, I saw a picture of some people who are two guys, they were riding on a motorcycle. They had on masks, they didn't have on a helmet. So talk about protection. But anyways, that ain't what we talking about. I ain't talking about conspiracy theories because, I got my own things. But nonetheless, happy birthday to Logo.
Our 10.
I am glad that the world is opening back up and the states are starting to do what they need to do because this is starting to get old.
Yeah, it is. I miss
it's really starting to get old.
Life being as usual, but I do feel like life is picking up. It's getting really busy on our part. So But what do you want to talk about today, babe? I
don't know. I think you talk about managing conflict or something.
You want to talk about managing conflict? We can talk about managing conflict.
I mean, that's what you mentioned. You talk about managing conflict. You talked about that earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that can go in any direction, from working with your boss to working with employees to working in your marriage, your children. It's like sometimes you have to step back and take a deep breath and almost put yourself in their shoes as much as you can. Like Taylor, I love our daughter. She's everything. But like when it comes to her getting dressed, even something down to her pajamas, she will have a meltdown if she has to wear a certain pair of pajamas.
I think she does that with you.
Babe, she did it with you yesterday.
No, she didn't.
You were like, wear these. And she's like, I can't wear these. I wear these outside.
No, I gave her pajamas. That's why I made the mistake and I handed her pajamas. And she was like, I can't wear that. Those are PJs.
Oh, I see. And we were going outside.
And I was like, put these on. And she was like, would you wear this? And I was like, I wouldn't wear those specifically. I said, but I would wear that brand. And she's like, do you have shorts like these? And I was like, yeah, the mesh workout shorts. I have some of those. She was like, oh, okay. And then I said, what shirt do you want to wear? And then originally we had a little tank top. And then she was like, yeah, this is nice. She said, but I feel like it's an undershirt. I looked at her and I was like, look, girl, put the shirt on.
See?
And then we found the future president shirt.
Okay.
And she put that. I was like, would you rather wear this? And she was like, yes, I'd rather wear this. And then that's when I was like, well, before we do that, let me iron it because it was like wrinkled. And then I ironed it and she put it on. She was like, oh, this is warm.
Oh my gosh. Is that why she told me to iron her PJs?
Because they were warm.
She's like, I need you to iron this. I was like, I'm not ironing your PJs. Like nobody's going to see it but Jesus, and Jesus accepts you.
She wants it because, it was, I mean, I usually if I'm putting something on her and if it's wrinkled, then I go and I iron it real quick.
Even her PJs?
Yeah, I iron my PJs.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
There's something about just a good ironing.
Goodbye.
You need a good ironing.
I didn't grow up ironing stuff like that.
I grew up ironing. I mean, I grew up, my great aunt used to iron clothes for white people.
Okay.
It was so, I mean, I used to pay her like 50 cents a shirt.
That's how much my mom used to pay me for ironing growing up. And I still don't know how to iron good. I hate ironing.
I remember when we first got married and you tried to iron one of my dress shirts. And I remember watching you do that. I remember thinking to myself, like, this ain't gonna.
He was disappointed.
I was like, this ain't it.
This marriage ain't gonna work.
I didn't go that far. I was just like, God, I was like, no. Don't put the crease right there. You gotta, with the iron.
You're so particular.
With the shirt, you gotta lay the shirt to the side. Then you have to iron it without the crease. Then you have to flip it to the side. Then you have to iron that part with the crease. Well, that's what I told you. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. You ain't got to. I said, you don't ever have to worry about ironing myself again. I iron it. I only like taking myself to the dry cleaners.
Yeah.
So I feel like the dry cleaners does not really iron. Like they don't press it the right way. They get on my doggone nerves.
Okay. So let's talk about conflict first area. Let's talk about it with.
Look at you bringing it back to the point.
Spouses. How do we manage conflict well, do you think?
How do we, Jamal, just me and you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know how we manage conflict. I guess we just got to that point now where I'm like, whatever.
Me too. I'm tired.
Okay, well, I guess.
What you want for dinner? I'm about to order some food.
Like, well, I guess.
I ain't about to cook.
Do you, pimp? I don't know. I think you kind of get to a point where you stop trying to win battles. And you should be like,
there's
whatever.
no winning in battles, so in your marriage, because somebody's going to lose, and you don't want your spouse to lose.
I don't think people ever lose. I don't look at it as you necessarily lose. I think the better perspective is that, this is an opportunity of growth. It's like, hey, you ain't necessarily losing. It's just an opportunity to grow. And you get to the point, you're just like, I don't know.
But it took us what, 12 years to get to this place.
It took us a minute to get to this place, yeah.
But in the beginning, it used to just be a lot of, you would say I was pushing your buttons. And I didn't think I was pushing your buttons because
you knew you were pushing my buttons.
Okay. Naturally, when you first met me, I hated conflict, y'all. Like, I did not like confrontation. I did not like fighting. I had lived in a happy bubble. My happy bubble was a happy place that did not have conflict. It did not have arguments. Right. So I'd be so confused when you would tell me I'm pushing your buttons because you don't understand. That's not my intention. I don't think like that. And I want to intentionally try to fight with you because I want us to be happy all the time. So I used to be confused, like, you're crazy to think.
It was passive.
Baby.
It was passive. Come on, it was passive. Okay, you remember, you saw Married at First Sight? I mean, let's go to Married at First Sight. Yeah. What's the one couple, the black girl, the black girl and then the Hispanic guy? Yeah. Vincent and Brianna. And remember when they were in the kitchen and I think Vincent dropped something. He dropped he popped the bottle of wine open and wine spit on the floor. And then Brianna said something else. And then she had another comment. And she had another comment. And she had another comment. And he was like, well, dang, like, you're going to keep commenting on this one thing.
Sensitive.
No. What I'm going to need for you to do is come up off them words. That's the wrong word to use.
Baby. It's okay he was not.
No. It's not the fact that the man was sensitive. Not the fact that I'm sensitive. It is the fact that they're just buttons. And I like the fact when they came back to it, they don't know each other well enough to know which triggers. But if you continue to press certain buttons, then ultimately, like I used to tell you, you're going to keep pressing my buttons. And one day you're going to press the right one. And you're going to press, when you press that one that says, do not press, and you go, then all of a sudden that's when,
not fair,
that's when the house gets set on fire.
That button might need to be pressed so we can get to the other side of it and allow for, the discussion and hard conversations to happen. So we can get to the root of it and deal with it. Nobody wants to.
Yeah, but you may not be the person who needs to press it.
Baby, let me finish. I'm just saying, I just feel like it's not fair for the other person, because I have buttons too, but I'm not going to like blow up and go crazy. I feel like for the other person, it's not fair for them to walk on eggshells and be like, am I going to say the wrong thing that's going to press his button and he going to be mad this week? I was like, I'm not going to live like that, right? I'm going to live in a place where I can have hard conversations with my husband and I'm not in fear that he going to blow up because I said that one thing that offended him.
And you know what? And I feel like that's a healthy thing for you because that's the decision that you made for you. but we have different personalities. And for those couples who are listening, and that man or that woman may be more like you, like, I'm not going to live, I'm just going to say it. I just want you, it's almost like if I'm the president and I just said, okay, well, I'm just going to press it. You can still press it. And that is your right to press it.
Pressing. It's not being like, oh, I'm going to be
well
spiteful.
for you. No, I'm just saying right now, I want to look through your lens.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you to look through mine.
Sure.
That's all. And all I'm saying here is that if I'm looking through your lens, I believe it is extremely fair for you to say, well, I am going to say blah, 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 blah. I'm going to just say it how I want to say it, whether I'm pressing it or not. All I'm saying is looking through your spouse's lens or looking through somebody else's lens, what that person may hear is, okay, you're going to say it, but it does not take away the fact that what you're saying is pressing a button. And that it is the idea that you're pressing a button that ultimately could produce
the thing is that,
war.
But the thing is, you know me, so you know I'm not going to intentionally go around and like try to piss you off. Like I don't think like that.
Well, and you know what? Fair, but in the moment, that's not. I'm serious. In the moment, that's not the reality. Because when you're angry, when you're upset, when you're mad, that's not the reality. And then it's time for you to just, do what you have to do. We could talk about this right after this, though.
So on our date day the other day, I wore my Rothy's pointy-toed.
They look really comfortable.
Right. Pointy-toed, flat shoes, and they're black, and they're so fabulous. I actually got them in leopard and in black, and they are the most comfortable flats I've ever had.
I believe it.
And I bought so many, babe. And my issue is I get them on, we get walking around, we go to the mall or we go out for our date day, and my feet hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Now, this is why I love Rothy's. They make stylish, sustainable shoes and bags. They're carefully crafted with eco-friendly materials, which I love, like repurposed plastic water bottles and marine plastic. Isn't that amazing?
That's beautiful.
Yes, it's no surprise that this is literally the best-selling shoe, and I can see why. The Point in Black has nearly over 3,000 near-perfect reviews.
Wow. Now, one thing I like about Rothy's is the fact that when you wear them, you talk about just how comfortable they are. Mm-hmm. And I know that walking around a lot of times, especially with the kids and stuff like that, you need to make sure that you're comfortable, make sure that you're on your feet. So I think what you put on your feet is so important. And I'm glad that you've been able to find that with Rothy's.
Definitely. Now check out all the amazing shoes, bags, and masks available right now at rothys.com/LWL. That's Rothy's, ROTHYS.com/LWL. Stylish and sustainably meets to create your new favorites. Head on over to rothys.com/LWL today. And we are back. I guess in my head, I'm thinking like, well, if we need to have a hard conversation, if that means pressing that button so we can get to the root to some issues that, we have in our marriage, like we've got to be able to talk it out. We got to be able to have those hard conversations. And that's why I used to do this. I don't do it anymore because I don't feel like we have those big blowouts as much as we used to. But I'd say, hey, I need to talk to you about something and I don't want you to get upset. Like I don't want you to get mad. I don't want you to blow up. I want to be able to talk to you like an adult so we can have like the same page. So it's like you're not mad and screaming. I was like, just hear me out. And I feel like when I would do that, it would be a little bit better.
Well, it would, but because I would have to frame my mind, but I still think that even those words themselves are triggering.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're triggering for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, remember in the beginning of our marriage, when you would look at me and say, we need to talk. I remember I used to look at your eyes and say, don't ever say it to me again. Don't tell me we need to talk.
I said that to you earlier today, and I almost stopped myself when it came out.
Yeah, I remember because you said we need to talk, and I remember I was walking out of the bathroom. I was like, what are we talking about? Well, and because what those words do is those words immediately place the other person on the defensive. It places
but it was about the podcast.
Yeah, it was about the podcast. But it's like when you hear somebody say we need to talk, then usually what it triggers somebody else is that you have information that I don't have. Or that I have, but I don't know what you have. And now with the information that you have, what is it that now you want to talk about? And it puts you automatically on the defensive. So you already have your guard up.
What about, can we talk this out?
Well, can we talk about something? I think that's better than we need to talk. Like we need to talk about this. And it's like, hold up, chick. We'll talk about what? But what we talking about? What we talking about? But instead of, I think that's a lot better than, can we talk? Hey, can we have a discussion about blah, blah, blah? I remember something that you used to do really well. And that is, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, hey, babe, what do you think about this?
Yeah. I feel like that in itself, because that is disarming.
Yeah.
That is the start of a conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think about this? Well, I don't blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, because this is what I was thinking and blah, blah, blah. And this is and then you kind of get into the conversation that way.
Yeah.
But just starting off the block, like, we got to talk, or with me, I don't like text message talks.
I know,
like,
I'll do that.
Do not send me. Like, if we ain't talking, we arguing.
He's a confronter. He's
do not send me no text message. I ain't no child. Don't send me no voice note. Don't leave me no voicemail. Like, if you can't get, like, the phone, talking on the phone is even like, that's borderline for me. No.
Yeah.
I prefer you to just go ahead and just, like, talk to me when you see me. When you see me walking by, stop me, confront me, let's fight. Let's do it then.
You intense.
No, I'm just saying, don't send me no doggone text message.
Let me give y'all an example. So say we had an old previous employee that we love to life. They sent both of us a text message like, hey, y'all, I need to talk to you guys about something, when you get home later today.
I couldn't do that.
So he's like, nope. Pick up the phone and call her right now.
I sure did. I said, pick up the phone, call her right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was okay. I was going to wait.
Know if I could
I was going to wait.
Go on vacation.
And what I mean? And I was like, girl, don't you ever send me no message like that. Talking about I want to talk to you later. No.
But
don't send me no text.
Let's get to the root of that. Because I feel like that comes from somewhere.
If you trying to dissect this, I mean.
But seriously, I feel like maybe there's something in you that's almost waiting for something bad to happen, or waiting for that. Like, maybe you were disappointed growing up, or something happened along the way.
I'm always waiting for the shoe to drop. But nonetheless, I think that good communication is outside of technology. But I feel like in our culture today, we've gotten so accustomed to communicating through technology. Like, somebody will say, I DM'd you. Why haven't you responded yet? Because, fool, I got a life outside of social media. Yeah. I'm not on Instagram all day. Some days I don't even get on the stupid thing. I'd be a whole team. I've other people who post for me. I don't even know that you commented. Well, I commented, but you didn't comment back. Sometimes that ain't even me. Like, move on. Yeah. Because you don't see me. You don't know me. When you see me, then talk to me. You don't know me enough to have dialogue with me. Like, some people who are like, well, I said something to you. I didn't respond back to you because I don't respect you enough and respect your opinion enough to actually say anything to you. So silence was all you deserved, because that's all I was going to give you. So because our society, we have so much technology. We think because I tweeted you, because I did something, I sent a text message. Don't send me no text message. I sent you an email. I'm not reading that crap. Well, this is how I felt, and I sent an email. I didn't read it. I got to the first line and I said, I'm not reading it.
Oh yeah, I can send something. If I get an email, like, I'll delete it. I won't even read it.
I won't even read it.
First, I need to see who it's from, and I'm like, do I know you? Like, you got a whole rebuke, and I don't even know you. You're rebuking me about being vegan. You know what I mean?
I ain't even gotten that far. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you Cat in the Hat was sad. I couldn't tell you what happened.
Yeah. No, I feel.
So I feel like I feel like technology. Like, don't text me.
Okay, let's talk about conflict in friendships and relationships. Because this is a part I really don't like. Like, when things get weird and silent with friends, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, where you have this friendship with this person, you love this person, maybe they were your best friend for years, but all of a sudden they pull back. They stop engaging with you on social media. And I don't care how people flip it. Like, some people aren't online like that, and that's fine. But they're just not texting, calling. You reach out to them. They give you dry answers. Like, it's weird. You try to set up times to hang out and they kind of shut it down. Like, what do you do in those relationships with people where it's gone silent?
If it's important to me, then I will confront it. That's good. Are we cool? Because if not, no big deal. I just need to know for me.
You got to tell people the truth, though.
Hey, that's all I look for. Like, look, you don't have to lie to me. If we ain't good, then we ain't good. I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah. Like, if you have an issue, like, tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Like, don't pretend like it's something else, because I'm also a feeler, I'm a discerner, and I can sense already why you doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then I can sense why you came back around again. And I don't like that. I don't do fake. I don't do phony. I don't do relationships that aren't genuine and authentic and real. I don't have friends that are opportunists. Like, I don't like being around people like that, because I feel like we're genuine, authentic, we're real. We'll confront as needed. It's healthy. And we just, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to like keep following you on social media if I'm not fooling with you. Like, I'm not going to pretend like we cool and we're not.
Yeah. I don't make any apologies for it. Like, I have people who will reach out to me and they'll say, hey, did something happen? And I'm like, yo, don't play this. Don't play this game. Like, I don't like one thing. I am grown.
Stupid, right?
I am grown. I'm grown. You don't play no stupid. Hey, what happened? What you think happened? I don't talk to you. You don't talk to me, obviously. So we have departed, and it's completely fine.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's like, well, you don't follow me no more on social media. Okay, because I don't want to look at your life. Just like you probably don't look at mine. You probably hid me a long time ago. It's gonna be okay. Like, don't throw this all on me, bro. And I'm like, and with me, I'm like, yo, don't get catty. Don't get real catty. Like, it's
subliminal posting.
It is what it is.
Like, we grown.
If we cool, we cool. And me being cool with somebody, I mean, I'm cool with you offline. Like, some people who I'm cool with some people who I don't even follow on social media. And I tell them, like, I prefer it that way.
Yeah.
Because I like you better in real life.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your pictures. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad your life is doing well, but I know what's going on with your life outside of your pictures.
Yeah.
I prefer that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, with especially with public figures, our life can be so public that you can share everything with everybody. I like to have some relationships that people don't know anything about.
We have a lot of those.
Yeah, I love those.
How do you know so-and-so? And I'd be like,
it ain't your doggone business. That's how I know them.
We know a lot of people.
But let's take a break real quick.
So a woman's journey from pregnancy to postpartum might be challenging, and it's super tough to prepare for, right, babe? Like, you saw how much I went through.
Well, I don't be knowing, but yeah, it sounds good.
Seriously, but I breastfed all of our children, and I think, especially after giving birth, I forgot to prioritize myself and my health, and I forgot to take my vitamins sometimes. And this is why I love Ritual, and I'm so thankful for it. I've been taking it for our whole family. Actually takes Ritual. Our kids do, you do, I do, but I feel like I'm able to get those nutrients that I'm missing on a regular basis, especially still breastfeeding our almost 3-year-old, no judgment. No, it's great for lactation support. Since Essential Prenatal is designed for mothers postpartum, it's fitting and is formulated with iron and iodine, which are key nutrients to help support breastfeeding. I also love that it's a clean formula. It's vegan friendly, and you know how I'm about that, babe.
Yep.
Non-GMO, sugar-free, free of major allergens, and is formulated without artificial colors or preservatives.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, our whole family uses it.
Yeah,
I love the Ritual.
We swear by it.
Ritual keeps the entire family in mind. You have they have the Ritual for women, and the Ritual for kids, and also the Ritual for men, which I take religiously. I love it. It gives me the pep that I needed. I take it in the morning, gives me that extra boost I need throughout the day. Mother doesn't always put her needs first, but Ritual does. So even for the men that are listening, for the woman that the latest in your life, really, really pay attention to this. Get this for her. That's why we're offering all of our listeners 10% off during your first 3 months.
Yes.
Visit ritual.com/LWL to start Essential Postnatal today. And while you're there, make sure you get the Essential for men and also the Essential for kids. But I think for a lot of those friendships, like, if they are important to you, like if you have history with people, then obviously have that conversation. Like, that here recently, I've had history with somebody, so call them up. And I was like, yo, like, what's up? What's up? Like, let's go get some food. We got on the same page. Like, he was feeling the same way. I was like, well, like, communication, dialogue, it just wasn't there. So in my head, I was thinking one thing. In his head, he was thinking one thing. But I'm like, yo, this is what it is. This is how I feel. This is how you feel. Boom. We good. Like, we good now. We Gucci. All right, we good. Have you been honest with me with everything? Perfect. We good. But if the relationship don't mean anything to me, then I have this really bad habit where, I mean, I think you do too now. I have this really bad habit where I'd be like,
You gave
I'd be
it
like,
to
well,
me.
you are out of sight, out of mind.
I forget.
I ain't thought about you.
I'll totally forget about
I don't even know that you exist
That's how.
until somebody else bring you up, and I'm like, oh, you doing all right?
Baby, I got that from you. I was never like that.
You don't like that in the beginning.
But now I'm like, out of sight, out of mind. If you're not in my life, I literally forget you even exist. And it's not like this, unforgiving hate thing. No, like, I got a love for you. I forgive you. We move on, but you don't exist in my world anymore. And we're so busy too, living on purpose for the Lord. Like, I don't get caught up in the past. I don't get caught up in who used to be and what used to happen. It is what it is. I thank God for the season that you were in my life, but that season is up. Yeah. And I trust that God will bring the right people in my life at the right time.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the people that are still in our life throughout all these years. Like, it's funny, I called my best friend earlier or yesterday, and I hadn't talked to her on the phone in a while. She had texted me. We were like, yeah, we need to catch up. But she gets busy. She's not a phone person in general. And then I've been busy. And so I call her. She's like, thank you so much for calling. She's like, you're always like on it. You're so good about that. Like, I know my best friend. She's just not good at picking up the phone. You know what I mean? I got 3 kids. She's only got 1 kid, but still, like, I know how she is. So I don't get offended. Yeah. I'm not like a high maintenance friend where I'm like, you need to call me every day. You've got to be on the same page with those friends. And if there is conflict or issues, you guys talk it out. Like, there's certain things with me and my best friend we don't agree on. Like, politically, we might not agree on a certain area, and that's okay. We just don't talk about it. We just don't go there. I'm not going to have full blown out arguments with my best friend about who she voted for in 2004. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not going to have those conversations. We're just different, and that's okay.
I also think that it's very important to acknowledge who your friends are.
Yeah.
So I think that we use the word so loosely. Like, I had one guy, he was like, I'm trying to figure out what happened because I thought we were friends. And, I was trying to be, I wasn't trying. I was being as honest as I could in that time.
Honest.
And I was like, we were never friends. We were colleagues. Yeah. I was a pastor. You're a pastor. We're colleagues.
Yeah.
You do what I do in this profession. But we were never friends. We probably, were in some of the same circles.
Yeah.
We were never friends. You have my number. I have your number. I know of your family. You know of mine. We don't have anything that's in depth. We don't have covenant relationship. You were my brother in Christ. Mm-hmm. So if you ever need anything, I could help you out. Yes, I checked on you. You checked on me, in situations, but that doesn't constitute friendship. So if I can call, like, you may, like, I'm sometimes very clear. I'm like, this is my homie. This is my homie, but that doesn't necessarily mean probably the same thing. So I like to be very clear with people on just the jump and letting them know, like, we were never friends. We're not friends. We took a picture together. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're friends.
Yeah.
And when you begin to distinguish who is whom in your life, that really helps you to say, okay, we have conflict. I need to, if it's an unforgiveness thing, that's non-debatable. Yeah. You take care of that, you forgive, and you move on.
For you.
Yeah. But to resurrect the relationship, you actually have the question. Were we really friends? We weren't even friends. So why continue to try to build something that really never really should have been? It really never existed in the first place.
What about people that are listening that feel like, okay, when I got saved and gave my life to Christ, I didn't want to hang out with my friends that did certain things anymore. And they all think I'm too good because I'm not hanging out with them anymore for my own mental health. Like, they were just toxic.
I believe it's two different thoughts about that. Mm-hmm. So I think that oftentimes we can get saved and then we can get judgmental. And it is not necessarily the fact that we don't want to hang with somebody. It is the fact that we start to look down on them.
Yeah.
And I think that in itself is wrong.
Yeah.
But to have standards and have boundaries to say, you know what, y'all, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
For me. And then they say, well, I feel like you doing this. I feel like you doing that. People say that, people change when they're really grown. And people grow. People mature. Like, every day I'm hoping to get better. People are like, oh, you changed. The heck you think I'm supposed to do? Anything that's not changing is dying or dead.
Yeah. And I'm not who I used to be even 6 months ago. Like,
Yeah.
I get better every single day.
Like, you don't change?
Like, we should all be changing. We should all be evolving. We should all be getting better in some type of way. Yeah. Right? Like, if you're staying the same constantly, like, if you're still doing what you did when you were 18, like,
that's
you know
a problem.
You at the club, who's
still throwing birds and pitches at 40 in the club? Like, come on, we ain't grown yet.
You still getting drunk every week. Like, look over your life and say,
you got kids.
Am I improving? Like, am I getting better? Like,
you have a job.
But that goes with bad companies corrupting good character. So if all your friends are doing all the same thing, complaining about life, complaining about what they don't have,
they ain't got their stomach check.
Right, their stimulus check. You didn't get this, I didn't get that. When the government gonna take care of me? Like, no, you need to be around some people that are goal oriented, that want to move forward, that believe that God has a plan for them, and and maybe that just means you're showing yourself friendly to people that are ambitious. But the thing is, people that are ambitious don't want to surround themselves people that are not.
Right.
Like, they don't want to be brought down constantly every week. You're complaining about your unemployment. You're complaining about your stimulus check, or you're like, come on, let's go higher. Let's start your own business. Like, let's hustle. Like, you want to be around people like that.
I love what you said, that typically ambitious people, they're very, very, what's the word? They're very, very cognizant of their surroundings because they understand just how important their surroundings are.
That's real.
I feel like that's how we are.
Heck yeah.
We're just like, we don't want to be around them. People are like, oh, we want to hang out. No.
Probably not gonna happen.
Because I can look at you and tell how much you complain, and I ain't got time for it. Because I want to get better. I want to grow. I want to build some things. Like just being around some people who, like, I remember I came back from working out with some neighbors, and they were talking about private easements and doing it was like they
talk different.
They talk different. It was something about the guy who says, we had our children later in life. My wife, she was 41 when we had our first daughter, and I was 43, and but when we got married, our first thing was that we wanted to work hard. We bought a house, and then they bought multiple houses, and then they got into real estate, did all this stuff. Then they had kids. They kind of set themselves up first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they started to build a family. And I feel like, a lot of times in other communities, what happens is we start trying to build a family. And then while we're building a family, we're trying to also build a legacy. Yeah. And it was just a different way of thinking.
It's real.
We kind of went along in that. And they were like, well, we chose the way a little bit later, but now we have an opportunity to set our daughters up a little bit better than what we did. So they could start earlier because, we've already established a legacy for them that they can now inherit when they get older. But it's having those honest conversations with real friends and with people who are in your circle who can take you higher. So,
and I don't mind when certain people around me that I have history with, but to me, we've grown apart. I don't mind that drift. Like, hey, I'll catch up and I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's okay. It doesn't have to be this big blown out, I need to confront them, I need to tell them they wrong. No, life has just literally made you guys go in separate directions, and it's okay. Everybody's not going to be in every season with you.
Yeah.
And it's like we get so sad about who left, but who's still there? Let's be thankful for the friends you do have, the relationships you do have, the positive people that are around you now. Like, let's find the beauty in that and not complain about who left and who hurt us.
Yeah. We'll be right back after this.
So we were in Jamaica recently, and we're sitting in our bed, we're watching TV.
We were.
And the internet is not great. Like, it was kind of spotty, like the Wi-Fi kept going out. But I look over at you and he's playing
Best Fiends.
That's like your favorite game.
I love it.
It's your favorite game. Can you tell the people about Best Fiends?
Look, Best Fiends, I also played it on the plane ride.
You did.
Going there without internet, because that's one of the best things about it. But Best Fiends is a wonderful game that keeps my brain active. It allows, I love being able to get the new characters. Like, I'm on level like 900 and something right now. And the great thing about it is it's just continual. You'll never get to that point you feel like you've ever had enough of it.
Yeah.
it's one of those things. It keeps my brain active. It keeps me going. It keeps me thinking.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that about the game. Literally thousands of levels to play and counting, plus tons of cute characters to collect. So if you never get tired of playing those solving games, and good news, because with Best Fiends, the fun never ends.
Now you can download Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That is friends without the R, Best Fiends.
So download today, Best Fiends.
All right, and we're back. Let's talk about. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say real quick. It's like that old idea from, from school. In school, you had these people who used to hang out with all the time. At lunch, at homeroom, and then I never forget. Like the end of my high school year, everybody was like, we were writing in yearbooks, and they were like, "Here's my number, here's my cell phone, or here's my email. Like, let's stay in contact, let's keep in touch." I remember telling people, like, I will never call you. Yeah. I will never contact you again as long as I live. That's right. Because I realized that these relationships are situational. We're only cool because we're in zero period together. Yeah. We're only cool because we were always in detention together. Yeah. We were cool because I needed your help for AP stats. We were cool because we had a science project together, not because I necessarily wanted to be with you. I didn't pick this class. I was assigned this class, and you just so happened to have a desk next to mine. So yes, we cut up in class, but that didn't necessarily mean that I had anything of depth with you. So after the bell rung, we ain't cool. So people who are listening, and you like, well, I don't get it, because I feel like my colleagues and my coworkers, like I feel like they doing me wrong. Y'all are colleagues. Keep that relationship exactly what it is. After 5 o'clock, right? We ain't cool. I don't care about you having a cat at your house. I'm not following you on Facebook. I don't care. Yeah. We just colleagues.
I think social media has done something though in that world, like friends, followers, stuff like that. It creates this image that you know everything about a person's life, and you really don't. Based on what they post and what they share. Yeah. I know we meet people all the time. They're like, oh, I feel like I know so much about your life. I follow you and stuff like that. You don't know nothing about my life. But the thing is, like, social media is like, oh, this is your friend. But you have to ask yourself, is this person really my friend? Mm-hmm. Do you really know this person?
That's why people they be so ignorant. They be like, I don't like you. I laugh, and I'm like, number one, you don't know me. Yeah. And you can only hate somebody when you move away from them. Uh-huh. You can't hate up close, and you not up close. You don't know me, or from whatever you heard from somebody else. Like somebody said, well, this is what I heard about you. Well, here's my new response to that is, well, go back and hear it again. I ain't clearing up with some fool who was in my past telling you about me. Yeah. Go hear it again. Hear it again. Write about it. Tattoo it on your forehead for all I care. So it's like you really got to know, like, you don't know people.
Well, on the flip side of people just being hateful and stuff, especially online, I've learned that your joy and your happiness can trigger them. It can trigger them and make them look at their own life and say, I'm not happy. I don't like my life. And this person, look at the Lindseys. They're traveling. They just were in Jamaica. They were just in Cabo. They're doing all this stuff. They're happy with their kids. And I don't like my life, and I'm single, or whatever the case is. And what it can do is it can trigger you. And this is why I always encourage people, if you're following people online that trigger stuff in you, it's good to identify that, get to the root of it, go to therapy, get help, but maybe unfollow them for a season until you're okay. If your marriage is falling apart and you're following somebody who's always boasting about their marriage, that might be a trigger for you.
That's a trigger, yeah.
Right? And you might need to go work on your marriage, because what you're going to do is compare your marriage to theirs, because you're going to say, I don't like my situation. And then you grow in envy and hate towards this person that you don't even know online. You don't even know their real situation. Yeah. They're posting their highlight reel. They're posting the happy parts of their marriage, but they're not posting the conflicts and hard conversations that they're having. Even if we tell people we have conflict, we have hard times.
No, y'all don't. Y'all just trying to perfect. Y'all just trying to keep us from being married. Y'all don't want us to be married.
But the thing is,
want us to be married.
The thing is, we want people to be married, but we want them to be married healthy. Like, we want you to go into it with a real perspective that marriage is work, and it's hard, and it's frustrating, and it's beautiful,
it's work,
and it's amazing, and it's heaven on earth, but it can be hell on earth too.
Marriage.
It's real though. Your marriage can be heaven on earth.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, you give us the negative side of marriage. You always give us the negative side, because you talk about the positive side of marriage. I want to be married so bad.
Baby. Really?
I'd be saying, I want to be married.
It might be triggering.
Can I be
triggering
married?
somebody right now.
What's that supposed to do? What's they do price of tea in China? I don't care. I don't care. I don't.
Oh, look at that, babe. You see those 2 marriage books? We're supposed to read that marriage book together like 3 years ago.
I don't have the care in the world.
About my what? God. About what, babe?
I was still on the subject. You were just talking about some. I don't have that. I have since lost all of that. That desire to, like, you're gonna trigger me, or I'm gonna upset. I know I'm gonna upset people by things I say. People can't take what I say. I know I'm confrontational. I challenge. I can't.
You're not politically correct.
One thing I cannot do, and one thing I will never apologize for, is being me.
Yeah.
I won't do that. And I've gotten a lot better with just, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Though. They like people that just agree with the world and everything that it says, and we're never going to do that. I will probably piss you off. I'll probably piss you off, but like the old saying goes. Oh God, better be pissed on than be pissed off.
There you go. It's better be pissed on than to be pissed off. No, it's better be pissed off than be pissed on.
What does that mean?
It's better to be pissed off than be pissed on. What do you think? Be pissed on? That's the golden shower. You want somebody to piss on you?
I wouldn't mind if you.
That ain't what we doing.
Okay.
Not in this.
You guys
not in this.
Don't have to take it and say that Heather wants to be peed on by her husband. No. Please don't take this out of context. I'm joking.
Yeah, but that's what the saying is. The saying is all about it's better to be pissed off than to be pissed on. Because you don't want somebody to be peeing on. Well, somebody may want somebody to pee on them.
Our whole marriage, I never.
You never knew that's what that meant.
No.
Yeah, it's better be pissed off, like you, because here's what you pissed off, but you'll get over it.
It's
if you don't.
Than being pissed. But why would anybody piss on you?
That's just the saying. It's just pissing on somebody. Like you don't want somebody just to piss on you because that's disrespectful.
That's disgusting. Why would anybody pee on you?
That's what I'm saying. It's disrespectful. It's disgusting. And now, I'd rather be pissed off because pissed off, I can deal with that internally. But pissed on, that means I got to go take a shower. I got to wipe down with some bleach and some Clorox and some wipes.
I never knew.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Our whole marriage, I never knew.
So all these years I've been saying, well, you be like, don't piss me off. And I'm like, it's better be pissed off and be pissed on. You ain't know what I was talking about?
No.
Dang. I need to create a book. I need to create a book for all my sayings so you can make sure you have them. All the Cornelius sayings, so you can just go. You can reference.
I just don't always know what they mean.
So next time when I say something you don't know what it means, just stop me. I'd be like, yes. Like when I say last $2, you know what that means, right?
Like the last $2 in your pocket?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a song, but one for the bus fare and one for the jukebox.
So when is it going to take you to the club? It's going to take you to the jukebox, the club.
It came from an old song. Don't worry about it. I'll let you listen to the song later.
Oh gosh. Y'all know he says songs. I don't know what it is. And they laugh so much in the comments. They be like, Heather really doesn't know. I don't. Like I legit don't know.
But I used to listen to that song all the time in Mississippi. Remember one for the jukebox.
So I remember you singing that song, but I don't know why he would spend his last $2 there. I'll put it in food or I'd invest it. I
would have been over here. Well, see what happened was that his woman did not want to go to. She didn't want to go to the hole in the wall. She didn't want to go.
What's the hole in the wall?
Oh Jesus!
Is it like a good restaurant?
Oh, Father be offended. So remember when we went back to Mississippi and I took you to my great grandmother's house?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a hole in the wall. So the hole in the wall is a place where they serve whiskey, moonshine, stuff like that. And they also have, like she also served food and stuff like that too. So it was they smoke and they had a jukebox. The jukebox was in like the sitting area, and the jukebox was where they would go and put in $1 or something like that to listen to the blues. So they would all sit in this room, and they would all smoke, they would all drink, and then sometimes they would dance. And most times it was a lot of the men. The men would come in. They would come in after work. They smoke, get drunk.
Why didn't they go home and help with the kids?
Food. Because they were trying to avoid the house. And so many times you would have at night, you would have wives who would come in. They would have on their night robe with their hair rolled up, and she'll come into the hole in the wall like, y'all need to come home. Frank, get up, let's go. So what the guy was saying in the song was that his woman didn't want to go to the hole in the wall. She didn't want to go. She ended up going to the hole in the wall. And then when she got to the hole in the wall, she realized like,
I don't like the hole in the wall. You ain't going there.
Like, I'm finally got here and now I'm excited because I'm at the hole in the wall.
Let's take a break real quick and talk about conflict with parenting.
Awesome. Yo, so you cannot miss our Monday midday encouragement hour, Life with the Lindseys, yo, only on the Stereo app. It has been absolutely amazing. We've done this and it's just, we love it because it gives us an opportunity to be able to talk back with those individuals who are listening to our podcast. We love it.
Yeah, we love that we're able to connect with our listeners. And it's really cool. We can hear their perspectives. And plus, we can go deeper than we did on our podcast from that previous week.
Absolutely. So I want to make sure that you guys come in and you join with us. It is live again every Monday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. Right. And here's the thing. We already got some stuff that we want to share with you. So I want you to go right now and listen to what's in store, what we've already done with the Life of the Lindseys Monday midday motivation.
Yep. So it's stereo.com/Heather L. Love.
And stereo.com/This is Cornelius.
Let's go. All right. And we're back. So the last one I want to talk about, I know talked a little, we can kind of tie employer relationship, and then we can also talk about children to wrap it up. But I think with children, I'm learning to try to better understand our children. I don't feel like we have a lot of conflict with them. I feel like Logan just kind of obeys us.
Make love in this club.
He doesn't really challenge us, does he? He just obeys.
I apologize. I had a whole song in my head. You was talking about Logan and Logan being a good kid.
He doesn't bring any conflict to us. He challenges us. He came to us let's leave this playground because it's not COVID friendly. Yeah. I feel like he keeps us on our toes, and there's not a whole lot of conflict there. Now he might be arguing with Taylor, and we got to get on to him
about his conflict,
about their conflict, but we don't have conflict
with our kids. I would assume that that's going to probably increase as they get older. They become teenagers and they start having their own opinions. Logan now, he's starting to have his own opinion. A couple nights ago, we had a conversation about him having to go to sleep at his bedtime being 8:00.
Yeah.
He felt as though it wasn't fair.
Oh, he said that to you?
Yes, he felt as though it wasn't fair because his friends are able to go to bed. One of his friends his bedtime is at 9.
Oh, wow.
And then his other friend, he goes to sleep whenever he wants to. And he said, his other friend, he said he's really spoiled. And so I told him, I was like, well, in this house, we want you to go to bed at 8 because it's important for you to get your proper sleep. But not only that, but, because you have to go a little bit more distance than other kids. So I was trying to explain this stuff to him, and he said, yeah, Dad, I hear you. But because in his mind, the rationale is I'm getting older and I should be able to go to sleep later, and I should not be held to the same standard as my little sister and my little brother.
Though. I agree with him.
See, that's how I get you. But I can already see that's coming. And with Roman, I think Roman is a challenger like I am. I don't think Roman gonna be like, I'm not going to bed until 8:00. Like, Pimp, you can go to bed at 8:00. Goodbye. Roman would probably be the kid who's like, all right, Dad, I'm going to bed, and be in his room, wait till I go to sleep, be like, turn on the TV. I think he's going, because that's how I was. I was a challenger growing up because I felt like all adults were idiots.
Yeah.
I feel like all adults were idiots and y'all whatever.
And Taylor, I just try to understand, I'll take a picture of her and she'll be like, no, let me look at it. I don't like my hair. Let me put my hair behind my ear. Okay, take it again. So she's so girly, and but you have to be patient with her because you'll be rushing and she'll be like, no, I won't wear anything that you picked out.
She don't do that to me.
She does it to me every time.
She don't do that to me.
She does it to me every time. So I think I'm just trying to learn patience with that because I'm like, it's so hard because if I got Roman, in the room next door screaming my name. Taylor doesn't want to put any of the PJs on that I pulled out. I'm like, you pull them out. And she's like, no, I need your help. You know what I mean? So it's just navigating. I feel like navigating 3 kids is
can be
tough, right?
Can be tough.
But I feel like we're learning as we're growing. We're learning to be patient and kind and love them like Jesus loves us.
Praise the Lord.
But as far as employee, employer, I think my big thing with that is if you have an issue with your boss or if you have an issue and you've taken it, this is what I did. I took it to the Lord. I checked and challenged my own heart. But if I felt like I had some type of conflict, I would bring them to them like, hey, can I grab you? Can I talk to you about something? You know what I mean? Whether it's about pay, whether it's about like one of my bosses, I remember back when I worked for free. No, I worked part-time. She thought I was working full-time. And then after a year, I brought it up to her. I was like, hey, I'm working full-time for you, but I only get paid part-time. She was like, no way. She didn't know. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to call HR and I'm going to make sure we get you on where you're getting paid full-time because you work 80 hours a week for me and you only get paid for 25. So I feel like sometimes you can rock the boat and that's okay. As long as you have performance to back it up. If you're barely showing up for work, doing the bare minimum, you're not proactive, you don't think ahead, you don't plan ahead, then you can't be asking for no promotion.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, I agree.
And conflict with like employees. Like you guys, we've had to deal with that in the past with our employees. They were fighting.
Well, here's the thing. You have a generation of people who don't want to confront things personally because we're using technology to deal with things that can be talked about internally.
Yeah.
And that's just that's immature.
I agree.
It's immature. Like if you're gonna deal with something like with the person.
Yeah.
Like don't run the social media. Like I want to tweet about this, tweet about that. Like deal with the person. If there's an issue, sit down, let's talk about it. And then here's the thing. Because I had people who are like, well, you didn't have time to sit down with me. In that moment, I didn't. I didn't have time. But if you would have waited, I can get you time. But right now, I don't have time. I don't have time because right now I have something else to do. I hate that, this is a big priority for you, but right now this isn't the biggest priority for me. I have other priorities. And when I make this a priority, this will be a priority. So I think that for a lot of people, you have to recognize and realize I need to calm myself down, deal what I have to deal with. I need to confront this thing internally. I need to talk. If I have an issue with my boss, I need to go to my boss, not go to Twitter, not go to my friend, not go to Instagram. I need to go to my boss. I need to talk about this with them.
That's real.
And not this crap of, well, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this in technology. And here's the thing, people don't realize. Here's what you don't realize when you do that. When you do that, what you do is you put a target on yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because what you think you're doing is you think you're exposing somebody else. But what other people look at when they see you doing that is they see you as being an exposer. So now you get painted as that. People don't want to work with you. And then people don't want to work with you.
They don't want to book you.
They don't want to do anything with you because they know that this is how you are. So even if they do work with you, they won't bring you in close because they know how you are. You
can't be trusted with the leadership.
And then the only people who will support you after that are people who have gravitated you because of your hatred for the people you tried to expose. And if you didn't get that word, this word today was brought to you by Mary Had a Little Lamb.
On Mary Had a Little Lamb.
and on that note, we appreciate you guys joining us for Life with the Lindseys. Don't forget to share this, follow, all that kind of good stuff. You can also go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Life with the Lindseys.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram. I'm Heather L. Love.
And this is Cornelius.
And then we have our page now, or we have a page on Instagram, Life with the Lindseys. So make sure you follow it as well.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
All right, so y'all got to join us for our live after party of Life with the Lindseys.
Well, I mean, for us, so we do it on Mondays at 12 o'clock noon. And I feel it's almost like a midday. It's almost like that midday lunchtime encouragement, and
it's based on our podcast from the week before.
Yeah.
So we release our podcast on Friday, and then that Monday, sometimes
something about
Monday blues, right?
Yeah, something about Mondays.
And so we jump on to just encourage people, and people can leave feedback like, oh man, I agreed with Heather every time because she's like always right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this gives you that opportunity to join us live. Again, we're live. And if you've ever been listening to the podcast and you were like, yo, I want to say something, or yo, I agree with you, or yo, this is what I got to think. Yeah. Like you can do that. You can do that live. And we want y'all to engage with us. So please join us every Monday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. This is our Monday midday encouragement. We did it. And here's the thing. We have something we want to share it with you right now.
Hey, thank you guys so much for everything you've been saying. I appreciate every advice. I just have one question. So a lot of these things require money, and some of us are not there yet. So like, any suggestions for us? Thanks again.
Definitely. I think we mentioned some, I'm not sure when that note came on, but just going for a walk. That helped me so much every single day, just going outside and going for a walk. So whether you're working in an office building or working from home, just going to take a break. Cornelius works out outside, so you don't even need a gym membership. You know, he takes a mat out there, but you can take a towel out there. Um, and you can just go stroll the aisles of home goods. You don't have to have money for that. And something I used to always do when I lived in New York City, and I was recently evicted. What I used to do is I used to go to thrift stores, and I love shopping. Shopping is so fun for me. And thrifting used to be a hobby. I haven't done it much lately because I've just been so busy. But what I used to do is I used to take $10 and I would go into Goodwill, the different Goodwills and the different thrift stores in New York City. I would find like a couple, and you can probably get 3 or 4 items for $10. And I would take those items and I would come home. And mind you, this was like 2006, 2005. And I would take those items and I would sell them on eBay.
Please join us. Please be there. We want to hear what you got to say. We want you to join in on the conversation. We do this podcast not only because of us, we also do this for you all. So join our podcast, be a part of our story. Thank y'all so much. And make sure y'all join us every Monday.
And I'm Heather L. Love.
Yes. And I am stereo.com/Heather L. Love, and also stereo.com/This is Cornelius. And also, as always, information is always in the description below.